Coming from New Line Home Video, the $20 million box office smash. From Wes Craven, creator of A Nightmare on Elm Street, comes a new dimension in terror.
Miss me?
Got the effect!
The bad man's getting awful close.
Wes Craven's new Nightmare. The best horror film in years.
Almost there.
The most twisted scare fest in ages. 4 stars, The New York Post. Wes Craven takes it to a new dimension, raves The New York Times. New Nightmare reunites the stars from the original, including Heather Langenkamp, John Saxon, Nick Corey, and Robert Englund.
Never played in the cat.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare. This time, staying awake won't save you.
Meet your maker.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So, it's time to talk about A New Nightmare, the 7th installment in the long-running franchise that is A Nightmare on Elm Street. And it completes my circle of a franchise that I've been covering for the last few weeks or so. Feels like the last 6 months, but it's just been a little while that I've been reviewing this franchise, A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'm finally at the end of it, thank God. It's been a fucking struggle for me. But, New Nightmare, I'm going to go ahead and hit you with my likes and dislikes, and then I'll give you my overall final thoughts on it, for this one. I want to keep it short and sweet, because it's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite at all. My least favorite is part 2. I fucking hate that movie. Fuck that shit. That's dog shit to me. But New Nightmare is all right. It's pretty decent. It's serviceable, I would say. It's fine. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's just weird. It's bizarre as fuck. It's got a lot of crazy shit in it. They definitely took a different route in this film because I guess for my likes, I would say I like the fact that they approached it as they're very self-aware this time. They're not trying to go along with the storyline from part 6 or 5 or any of that. They're taking it as if they're realizing that Freddy is just a character from a movie, and they're referencing that New Line produces these movies, and that's all they are, is just movies. Freddy's a fictional character. He's not real. Nancy is played by Heather Langenkamp once again, who is playing herself in this, and all the actors in these movies play themselves. They're not really playing the characters. They do in a way, but it's mostly them just playing themselves in that, so it's kind of fucking confusing. It's kind of weird if you haven't never seen this before, and you probably get confused as hell like I did the first time I seen it, because I was like, okay, she's playing Nancy again, but why is dude calling her Heather? And why is she calling Freddy Robert Englund? I was like, the fuck? The first time you see this, you might question yourself if you don't know what's going on, because they're acknowledging that Freddy is just a character played on the Elm Street movies, and that the Elm Street, all the sequels don't matter in this. None of that actually happened. They're just movies, And Wes Craven has come up with an idea for a new Freddy movie, and he wants Heather to come back to play Nancy one more time. And she lives in California with her son and her boyfriend or her husband, whatever the case is, and they have an earthquake there. She starts having these weird vibes and shit that something's going to happen, something's going to go wrong, and her husband is in charge of designing the new glove for Freddy, and it's a badass glove too. It's a kind of metallic, organic-looking glove of 5 blades instead of just the 4. And he ends up biting the bullet the first one around. I think he is the first death in this. There was a little skimpy on the body count in this one. I don't remember too many people dying in this one, but other than when the glove goes ape shit and goes awry and starts killing people left and right at random, But that don't really count because it was a dream. Which fucking part of this movie ain't a dream, you know? To me, the best way to describe the new Nightmare is that it's a Twilight Zone episode, if you think about it, because Nancy is not really Nancy in this. It's just Heather being herself, being tormented by this demonic entity that has decided to take over the personification of Freddy Krueger. He embodies the character of Freddy in this and rips him out of the silver screen and brings him into reality. So somebody's definitely breaking a fucking reality book. The fucking reality rules here, dude. It's time to stop thinking out of your little fucking box, dude. So, yeah. It's got some weird, bizarre shit, you know. Some okay characters, pretty cool deaths. They do pay homage to the first one, you know. When Tina died in the first one, she was drugged up on the ceiling by Freddy, and he does that to Heather's best friend in this at a hospital where her son's being attended to. And her son's played by that little kid that was in Full House. He was the little shithead, bratty kid that bullied Michelle all the time. If y'all remember that kid, you remember the little smirky-ass, shit-eating grin kid that would always talk shit and pick on Michelle in Full House? That's this kid that plays Max. And also the guy that played Nancy's dad in Part 1, Thompson, the cop from Part 1, he returns as John Saxton plays himself in this. And Rod Lane comes back just for a brief moment to pay respects to Heather's boyfriend's funeral, you know. So yeah, a lot of recurring characters or recurring actors from the original movies. It's cool seeing Wes Craven involved in it from behind the camera, you know. Seeing him on there talking to Heather once again, you know, was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. Just to see him get his wish that he wanted her to play Nancy one last time. It's just a very weird, bizarre fucking movie for me. It's just crazy as hell, you know. I didn't like the look. Now, I'll get into my negatives. I didn't like the look of Freddy in this. I thought the look sucked. I didn't understand why they gave Freddy leather fucking pants. Like, what were they going for here, you know? Why is he all of a sudden wearing black, baggy-ass leather pants with a trench coat and a fucking green fedora? He looks like the lead singer of Creed in this. You know, you're almost expecting the Freddy put his arms out and go, "With on what open, I'll slice your entrails out, wrap around your neck and scream until you bleed to death." Some shit like that, you know. I don't know what they were going for in that, but it was stupid. I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't really care for his makeup prosthetics in this. I'm used to the old school Freddy that we got in the first 6 fucking movies. Why couldn't we stick with that? And I know some of you are probably like, well, dude, the makeup sucked ass in Part 6 and Part 5 was fucking horseshit. So fucking what? That's what we were used to. Goddamn. I mean, they could have just come up with something. Like, you do get the original Freddy look in this at one point when Robert Englund decides to don the iconic original Freddy makeup for a TV talk show that Heather's on, talking about the production of this new Nightmare movie she's making. Well, it's kind of like a movie within a movie, you know, if you think about it. He bursts out the fucking sheet or a curtain that's behind her, you know, and pans to the crowd and everything, and he's wearing the original Freddy makeup. And that actually looked good. That looked better than the shit they chose for Freddy in this. So I didn't care for Freddy's new look. I thought it sucked. Didn't care for it at all. But, yeah, overall, this movie's okay. It's not bad. It's not the worst at all. Part 2 has got that reserved spot, in my opinion. I hate that fucking movie. Never want to talk about it again. But New Nightmare is pretty decent. It's serviceable. I would say that. You know, it's worth a watch if you haven't seen it yet. So, anyways, I'm going to get out of here so I can enjoy the rest of my day and relax, you know, and chill. I want to plug one of my friends, though, on here. The new guy that I found on Facebook. He's got this awesome fucking channel called Trend Killer Syndicate. And he does amazing fucking video gameplay videos. He's pretty damn cool. You know, he's right now currently playing Spider-Man on his channel live, if you want to go check that out. But he's played Friday the 13th by Gun Media, a handful of other different games. It's just all kind of different shit, you know. He's got a lot of different content on there. But he's a really funny, cool dude. So go on there and check him out if you hadn't already. Trend Killer Syndicate is what it's called. You could like him on Facebook and on YouTube, and I think he might be on Twitch, but I'm not sure. But check him out if you can. And also, big thanks to John White, The Shape, for hooking me up with that awesome fucking intro that I'm using. I wouldn't have been able to make that without him, so really appreciate it, dude. Thank you for walking me through that process, because I was like The fuck? I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't know how to work that shit, so. Anyways, y'all, it's been me, Sweeney Jason, and I'm going to get out of here and finally done with the Elm Street series. I don't know when I'm going to get to talk about Halloween and the Michael Myers saga. Some point, maybe after next month, some point. Because in March, I'm definitely going to be talking about the Leprechaun series. Leading up to the release of Leprechaun Returns, which I already reviewed that, so I'm not going to be talking about that piece of dog shit again. I'm sorry. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. But I will review the original Leprechaun films because they were awesome. They were badass. They were funny. Fuck this new movie. But anyways, yeah, that's all I got for today. Unless I come up with something else to talk about. But until then, it's been Sweeney Jason, and I will see you later.
Roger for a stop.